We are back with another video. This one is on the hardest dungeon, or one of the hardest, I would say, in the game currently. Now, if you guys have already been running the dungeon several times, you probably have learned some tricks already. I'll be running over some of the tricks that I've learned from either the AE Federation or just my own personal experience. First of all, you're going to want to keep health potions on you at all times. When you need to use them, use them. And if you don't have a lot of these, go and get these because they are important and you will be needing to use this if you make mistakes or if the RNG is against you. Second is the cross skill. Now this is actually very important. You're going to be needing the ninja cross skill, which is sprint. Now if you don't have that, I'm not sure if disengage would actually help. Perhaps it would. It would certainly do better than just dying. Next is the class, and I recommend Pirate because it just seems to be the best. If you're not going to run Pirate, then I would recommend probably Mage next, I guess. I wouldn't recommend any of the melee ones, and I wouldn't recommend Necromancer either because it doesn't really do a lot of good. So the two I would recommend would either be Mage and Pirate, but I always use Pirate. Now the first round isn't that bad. Noxus is going to be spawning some minions. Do not target these minions. Simply try to avoid contact with them if possible, but always target Noxus. Just try to knock that guy down. Once he gets into the middle, he'll be casting out this green glowing thing. Don't go inside that green glowing thing. He will also be dropping these poison bombs, so be careful to avoid those. The next and the most important thing to avoid is that big wave. He's going to be sending out this big red aura. Be sure to avoid that at all costs, and the only way by doing that is hiding behind the pillars. So the minute you see that attack happening, get behind one of the pillars and you're going to be safe. Once you've got him down to, I think it's 15,000, then you're going to be sent to the next area. And this is very difficult. There are multiple things to avoid here. He's going to be having a beam that just shoots straight out of him. Be careful to avoid that. There's also this big giant skeleton thing that is rolling around the map, and it will occasionally pump out this laser that will completely fry you if you don't get out of its way. This is where the sprint comes in handy. So when he starts bombarding the area with that laser, you sprint and get out of there. Now in some cases you're going to see the area of effect spawning right on top of you. If you're moving the same direction as the beam, you're just going to die. So try going the other direction. Even if you get hit a little bit, you're not going to die. When you do die, you're going to be put inside of a cage. Now the game will tell them what cage color you are in, but I always just post it anyways because it's a little bit easier to read. Every once in a while the bridges are going to be taken out, and it's important to get those up and running. However, you need to be very careful that the poison bombs aren't going to drop on your location when you're trying to bring back those bridges. When your teammate gets in cages, it is very important not to try to free them until those poison bombs have gone off somewhere, either in that location where you're trying to free them or in another location. Once you see that those bombs have recently gone off, it's free to let your friends out. And the reason why is you don't want to do it before the cooldown of those things. Now just about everything is avoidable, but the thing that is the most unavoidable are those poison bombs. Especially once he starts to get lower in the HP, you're going to notice those bombs are dropping more frequently, or if not so frequently, there's more of them dropping. But I have noticed he does tend to use his abilities more often the lower HP he has. But make sure to prioritize the bridges and make sure to prioritize that your team is free. Now this dungeon isn't all strategy, there's definitely RNG involved in here. You can do everything right and your team can still get wiped out. Sometimes it just depends on lady luck. Now if your team is new to this dungeon, don't rant at them afterwards for not knowing what to do. Let them know before the round starts what they need to do in order to protect themselves and to ultimately win. If you successfully pull it off, you're going to be getting to the chest where then you can open it up and you're going to be getting some nice loot. The stuff you get from the chest has amazing stats. Like look at these stats right here. These are insane stats. Very, very nice. Now there are some other drops that you can get in this location, but I'll be going through that in another video. In this one here, I just wanted to focus on the strategy involved in trying to beat this. Now if you guys have other tips that might help people in this dungeon, post them in the comments below so that other people can check them out. Thanks to everybody who provided helpful tips that I was able to use in this video, and I hope this video helps you in the new dungeon. I gotta say, I actually love this dungeon. The idea behind it is great, and even though at first it was kind of frustrating until you figure out the patterns, it gets really fun. For the set of the day, I'm going with this one right here. I love the color combination. I thought it went together really, really well, and it was honestly kind of scary, but it made it into the set of the day. And that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.